Elena Vargas had been running for 3 days through the hostile maze of the Hollow of Echoes, her strength fading as she leaned against a massive boulder. Behind her, Mason Creed's men were less than 2 miles away, following the trail she could no longer hide. If anyone was going to save her, it had to be now. High above the canyon, Ironhawk studied the land with the silent precision that had kept him alive through years of conflict. He recognized the girl's desperate trail and the danger behind her. Using secret paths taught to him by his grandfather, Wise Bear, he descended into the canyon system, reaching her long before Creed's hunters. When he found Elena collapsed near a hidden spring, he offered water and a chance at survival. As they moved deeper into the cliffs, she heard him speak with a gravity shaped by loss. He told her of his vision quest at 16 Winters. How he foresaw destruction falling upon his people, soldiers scattering families to the winds, and survivors forced to become shadows of the canyon. The prophecy came true, and Ironhawk became one of those scattered, left to wander in exile while fighting to protect what remained of his people. Now Elena's pursuers threatened not only her life but the sacred refuge Ironhawk had sworn to defend. They reached the heart of the hollow just as the echoes of Creed's hunting party filled the air. The first gunshot shattered the ancient silence. Creed had sent one of his expendable men, Pike Rollins, to test the entrance. Ironhawk's rifle answered, dropping him instantly and warning the others that the sanctuary was defended by someone deadly accurate. Creed's men spread out, but the strange acoustics of the stone amphitheater betrayed their whispers and footsteps. When Cutter Hale suggested smoking the warrior out, Creed snapped. He needed Elena alive, and fire could kill them both. 3 gunmen rushed the main passage while 2 climbers, Jax Mercer and Red Nolan, scaled the outer walls. Ironhawk was ready. Weighted stones rolled from concealed openings crushed the climbers, sending them to their deaths below. In the passage, 2 attackers fell quickly, but one desperate young outlaw managed to reach Elena. He found her hiding near the spring and called out mockingly. But Elena was no longer the helpless bride who had fled in terror. With the knife Ironhawk had given her, she struck upward beneath his ribs, killing him before he could fire. For the first time, she realized she could fight and survive. Ironhawk watched from above, seeing in her the same fierce courage his wife had shown before her death. But their battle had only begun. Creed still had several men, and they were preparing something far worse. Ironhawk's heart tightened when Creed ordered his men to use explosives. Dynamite in the stone chamber could collapse the cliffs and bury them both. Abandoning his high ground advantage, he dropped to Elena's side. "They have explosives," he said. "Now we fight like cornered wolves." The final assault erupted with violent force. Creed's remaining men advanced from multiple angles, sure their numbers would overwhelm the lone warrior and the woman beside him. But Ironhawk moved like a predator shaped by the land itself, firing only when every shot mattered. When the distance closed, he wielded his grandfather's war club with devastating skill. And Elena proved herself a true partner. She moved with determination, reloading weapons, calling warnings, and fighting with a fearless resolve born of survival. Together they turned the sanctuary's stone labyrinth into a deadly trap. When Creed himself entered the fight, furious and wounded, Ironhawk confronted him in a brutal struggle that echoed through the cliffs. In the end, Creed died beneath the falling rubble caused by his own explosives, ending the long pursuit. But victory came with a price. The blast sealed the entrance behind them. They were alive, but trapped. For hours, Ironhawk searched the sealed chamber, finally revealing a hidden escape tunnel carved by ancient hands. Their food would last 3 days, their courage would have to last longer. They crawled and climbed through narrow stone passageways lit only by faint natural glow. Elena could hear wind and distant water, signs of a world beyond. When they finally emerged onto a sunlit ledge, they stopped in awe. Below lay a hidden valley, whispering sanctuary. A mile long, half as wide, fed by springs and shielded by towering stone walls. Fields, dwellings, and smoke from cooking fires showed a thriving community. Elena feared how these people might react to her, a Mexican runaway bride carrying blood on her hands. But Ironhawk's expression softened into pure joy. "That man climbing toward us," he said, voice thick with emotion, "that Standing River, from my grandfather's band. I know them." When the first group reached the ledge, Standing River embraced Ironhawk with tearful relief, then turned to Elena. "Any woman who fights beside Ironhawk in the Hollow of Echoes is welcome among us," he said warmly. For the first time in months, Elena allowed herself to breathe. Months passed, and Whispering Sanctuary became home. Elder White Elk, the respected leader who had endured the worst of the Indian wars, guided Elena into the community with wisdom and dignity. She came to be known as a bridge walker, a woman who could move between cultures with respect and loyalty. In council meetings held in the great ceremonial chamber, people of many nations, Lakota, Paiute, Navajo, and exiled settlers, debated the community's future. Elena and Ironhawk spoke not as outsiders but as contributors whose courage had saved lives and brought new purpose. Life in the Hidden Valley flourished. Its strength came not from hiding but from becoming something the outside world could not categorize or control. Elena realized she had not escaped her old life, she had transformed it. She had evolved from frightened bride to survivor, warrior, and finally a builder of a new way of living. Watching children play by the stream, she understood the valley's greatest power, resistance through existence, not destruction. Her escape had become a foundation for a community that defied the world's attempts to confine or erase them. And in that transformation, Elena found the family and freedom she never knew she needed.